See, this is a form of hierarchical social division seen everywhere, but it is rarely recognized in the study of politics. See, usually we don't study about this gender division in politics. Gender division is a hierarchical social division. See, in a society, men are getting more preferences as compared to women. Men are treated as superior as compared to women. So it is a hierarchical social division that men are at an upper level as compared to women. See, the gender division tends to be understood as natural and unchangeable. In politics, it is not based on biology, but it is based on social expectations and stereotypes. See, there are various stereotypes regarding women that women cannot become leaders, women cannot work as much as men. So there are various stereotypes. So men use these stereotypes and they sideline women and they continue to rule and they don't give opportunity to women. There are various social expectations, like we have the we have the expectation from women that women should work in homes, they should not go outside. So these are the social expectations and stereotypes that are not allowing women to take part in social life. See, boys and girls are brought up to believe that main responsibility of the woman is housework and bringing up children. See, in our society, we are seeing that women are told that your work is to work, your work is to live in home. You cannot go outside. So your main job is to look after your family, and you cannot work outside. So that is what society is telling us. So it is reflected in the sexual division of labor. What do we mean by sexual division of labor? See, labor is divided as as per the sex, that men should go outside and work and women should stay in their homes and they should look after their children, or they are doing some other work such as cooking, cleaning, washing clothes, tailoring, looking after children, etc. And men do all the works outside the home. It is not that men cannot do housework. They simply think that these things should be done by women. When these jobs are paid, men are ready to take up this work. See, most of the times we see tailors or cooks in the hotels are men. So it is not that women do not work outside their home. In villages, women fetch water, collect fuel, and work in the fields. But this is not giving them money. They have to work. They have to do this work for their family. In urban areas, poor women work as domestic helpers in middle class homes. So usually in urban areas, we are seeing that many poor women are working as housemaids in middle class homes, while middle class women work in offices. They are Poor women are getting some kind of wages from this, but that wages are very much minimal. Majority of the women do some sorts of paid work in addition to the domestic labor, but their work is not valued and does not get recognition. The result of division of labor is that although women constitute half of the humanity, see, nearly 50% of our population in the world is consisting of women, but we are seeing that there are very few countries in the world in which women are prime minister or president. And in India also, you can see there are very few women who are chief ministers. So women have their very minimal role in public life. We don't see large number of women in public life, especially in politics. Earlier, only men were allowed to participate in public affairs, vote and contest for public offices. See, earlier around 1960s or 1950s, in many developed countries also, women were not getting right to vote. They didn't have the right to acquire property. So most of the public offices means any public offices, like in India we have prime minister, president, that offices were dominated by men, because women were not getting chances to fight elections, or they were not allowed to fight elections. Gradually the gender issue was raised in politics. See, women in different parts of the world organized and agitated for equal rights. They were agitating in different countries for extension of voting rights to women. See, you must have heard about Rosa Parks. She was the first African American woman who raised her voice against the racist system in United States of America. So these agitations demanded enhancing the political and legal status of the women, improving their educational and career opportunities. So because of these agitations, many women get chance to work in work outside. They started acquiring education and they started building their career. See, more radical women movements means these women are thinking that they should have equal opportunity as compared to men. They think that this women and men both are same. See, this radical women movements aimed at equality in the personal and family life as well. These movements are called feminist movements. Feminist movements are pro-women movements. This feminist organizations are working for the benefits of the women. See, what is feminist? A man or a woman who believes in equal rights and opportunities for women and men. They are saying that men and women are both are same and they should get equal rights. See how political expression of gender division and political mobilization on this question help to improve women's role. What is political mobilization? Mobilization means we are uniting all the women together, and so that they can raise their voices and their demands get fulfilled. See, now we find women working as scientists, doctors, engineers, lawyers, managers, and college and university teachers, which were earlier not considered suitable for women. So in some part of the world, for example, in Scandinavian countries like Norway, Sweden, Finland, participation of women in public life is very high. But there are many women who are public servants in Norway, Sweden, Finland. Indian society is male dominated or patriarchal society. Patriarchal society means in Hindi we say Purush Pradhan Vyavastha. Men are getting more status as compared to women. Men are treated as more superior as treated to women. In patriarchal society, men are treated more superior as women. In our country, women still lag much behind despite some improvements since independence. See, since independence, we are women are getting equal opportunity. Like there are fundamental rights that men and women both are equal. So because of this, the condition of the woman has changed after independence, but still it is not it is not at it is not as per our expectations. Women face disadvantage, discrimination, and oppressions in various ways. See, if you see the literacy rate of India, literacy rate of women is only 54% as compared to 76% among men. Small proportion of girls go for higher studies. Even though if women are getting primary education, there are very few women who are acquiring higher studies. When we look at school results, girls perform well as compared to boys, but sometimes better as compared to boys, but still they are not getting chances to acquire higher education. But they drop out because parents prefer to spend their resources for their boys' education. Parents see, if we have thinking that if woman is getting education, we have to find a equal match for her that is more educated, so they don't spend money on women's education. They prefer spending money on men's education, or male child's education. They think that there is no use of spending money on women's education or girls education because she has to go to others house. So they think that if we spend money on our boys education, he will help us, he will take care of us in future. See, the proportion of women among the highly paid and valued jobs is still very small. On an average, an Indian woman works 1 hour more than average man every day. So if you consider our mothers are also working like our father. See, from 5 o'clock to the night, round the clock women our mothers are working. So if you there was a survey that was done to check how much hours men are working and how much hour women are working, and they have come to a conclusion that average Indian woman works 1 hour more than average man every day. Yet much of the work is not paid. See, our women our mothers who are working as housewives are not getting any money for their work, and they are not even getting any value. There was an act that was passed by government, like Equal Wages Act. By this act, if men and women both are doing same kind of work, they should get equal wages. However, in almost all areas of work, from sports, cinema, factories, and fields, women are paid less than men, even when both do exactly the same kind of work. In many parts of India, parents prefer to have sons and find ways to have the girl child aborted, because they are thinking that what is the use of having a girl child, because we have to spend money on her education, we have to spend money on her marriages also. See, we have the practices of dowry in India, in which women have to pay money while they are marrying. So what parents are preferring boys as compared to girls. See, such sex selective abortion lead to the decline in child sex ratio. What is child sex ratio? If we are considering the birth of thousand males, and how much women are in comparison of thousand males. So in India, it is 927. If we are having thousand males in India, there are 927 females. The sex ratio has fallen below 850 or even 800 in some places. We can see in Haryana, the sex ratio is around 800 women as compared to 1000 males. There are reports of various kind of harassment, exploitation, and violence against women. In urban areas, have come particularly unsafe for women. See, we are. You must have heard about various cases of harassment against women, like rape cases, etc. They are not safe even when they even even their even in their own homes. They have to go through some violence like beating, harassment, and other forms of domestic violence. Women's political representation. See, many feminists and women came to the conclusion that unless women control power, their problems will not get adequate attention. See, many feminist movements thought that unless women are in power, they they will be capable of solving their issues. So they thought that just we should acquire the power, so that if women will be in power, they will solve their issues. On the way to ensure this, there is one more they have more women as elected representatives. So what were the thinkings, that if we want to get power, so more women should become elected representatives. In India, the proportion of women in legislature has been very low. See, if you consider, in Lok Sabha, only 10% of the representatives are women, and in state assemblies like Vidhan Sabha and Vidhan Parishad, we are having less than 5%. So it is very shocking number. Around 45 to 50% are women in India's population, but still 10% of women are getting representation in Lok Sabha, and around 5% are getting in state assemblies, or even less than 5% in state assemblies. So this is very, very bad. India is among the bottom group of nations in the world. India is behind averages for several developing countries of Africa and Latin America also. So in Latin America and Africa, more women representatives are there. See, if you see in a government, if woman is a chief minister or prime minister, if you take example of chief minister like Mamata Banerjee, or earlier Jayalalitha and Mayawati were chief ministers, or Indira Gandhi was the prime minister of India. All of them are women, but most of the cabinet ministers are men. So even though women are getting women are holding some big position, but still there are men who are assisting them in cabinets. Cabinets means some ministers, ministers ministers which are taking some high portfolios like finance ministry or some defense ministry. These are very, very much high portfolios. These portfolios are controlled by men, even though woman is the prime minister of the country. So how can we solve these problems? One way to solve this problem is to make legally binding to have a fair proportion of women in elected bodies. So there should be a law stating that this much seats should be reserved for women. So you must have heard about Panchayat Raj. You must have heard about in Panchayat Raj, around 33% of the seats in Panchayat Raj are reserved for women. Panchayat Raj means in municipal corporations, or in panchayats or zilla parishads, and at block panchayat, around 33% are seats are reserved for women, and this is in our constitution. So it is very much mandatory to give 33% of the seats to women. See, one third of the seats in local bodies, in panchayats or municipalities, are now reserved for women. See, now because of this reservation, around 10 lakh elected women representatives in rural and urban area are working. So initially, before this law, that this amendment was made in our constitution in 1992. Before 1992, it was not mandatory that women should get 33% of seats. But now, because of the law, because of the amendment in the constitution, now we are having 10 lakh elected women representatives. See, women's organization and activists have been demanding a similar reservation of at least one third of the seats in Lok Sabha and state assemblies. So women organization are thinking that now we have got some representations in local bodies or in Panchayat Raj, but we should have also reservation in Lok Sabha and in state assemblies. There was a bill that is still pending in Lok Sabha regarding this, but as the men are in more number, they are not coming to a consensus. They are not approving this bill. So still it is more than a decade that this bill is pending in our parliament. Because the men are in more number in parliament, they are not allowing this bill to pass. Gender division is an example that some form of social division needs to be expressed in politics. This also shows that disadvantaged groups, here disadvantaged groups means women, do benefit when social divisions become a political issue. See, we are saying that in gender division, women are not getting that much power as compared to women. But if this disadvantaged group like women are, they get benefit when this social divisions become a political issue. If this becomes a political issue, they will get benefit from this. So hope you have understood this division, that is gender. We will continue with religion in the next chapter. Hope you have understood this, and if you have liked this video, please share this video with your friends and please subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.